Setup and opening. The story opens in the year 2387 aboard the alien research vessel Silent Hunter, drifting through the outer edges of what they call the Death Zone, a region of space where dozens of civilizations have mysteriously vanished over the past century. The ship belongs to the Corvani Empire, a proud warrior race that has dominated this sector for millennia. Commander Vex leads a team of xenobiologists studying the remnants of destroyed colonies. They believe some apex predator species is systematically hunting and consuming entire civilizations. The Corvani see themselves as the ultimate hunters in the galaxy, so they're both fascinated and challenged by this mystery. The Discovery deep scans reveal a small, blue-green planet in a yellow star system. Initial readings show it's teeming with life, but something is wrong. The electromagnetic signatures don't match any known civilization patterns. Instead of the usual signs of a spacefaring culture, they detect something far more primitive, yet somehow more dangerous. Dr. Kale, the lead researcher, discovers that this planet, called Earth by its inhabitants, shows evidence of a species that has survived multiple extinction events. The orbital debris contains wreckage from thousands of different alien vessels, spanning centuries. This isn't a victim world. It's a graveyard of would-be conquerors. First, contact attempt against protocol. Commander Vex decides to send a small probe to gather more data. The probe's transmission cuts out within hours of entering Earth's atmosphere. When they send a second probe, they capture brief footage that chills them to their core. Humans moving with calculated precision, working together to dismantle alien technology with frightening efficiency. The Corvani realize they haven't found a prey species, or even a typical predator. They found something unprecedented, a species that doesn't just survive being hunted, but turns the hunt around on its attackers. The part ends with Vex making a fateful decision that will doom his ship and crew, but provide crucial intelligence to the wider galaxy about humanity's true nature. The Descent Commander Vex, driven by Corvani pride and scientific curiosity, orders a full expedition to Earth's surface. His team of elite warriors believes they're conducting a standard first contact and assessment mission. They choose to land in what their sensors identify as a low-threat agricultural region, the American Midwest. What they don't realize is that humanity detected their ship days ago. The seemingly random choice of landing site was actually carefully guided by subtle electromagnetic manipulation from human satellites. They've landed exactly where humanity wants them. Human preparation. Story shifts perspective to show the human response through the eyes of General Tom Blake, head of Earth's Xenological Defense Initiative. Blake represents humanity's evolution from scattered tribes to a unified species forged by constant external threats. Blake's team has been preparing for this moment for decades. Every previous alien incursion has been carefully studied, cataloged, and used to refine humanity's defensive strategies. They've learned that most alien species follow predictable patterns: reconnaissance, assessment, then either invasion or withdrawal. The trap springs the Corvani. Expedition begins what they think is a covert study of human settlements. They observe humans working in fields, living in small towns, seemingly oblivious to alien presence. The Corvani warriors become overconfident, noting how physically weak and technologically primitive humans appear compared to their own advanced civilization. Meanwhile, every move the Corvani make is being monitored and recorded. Human civilians are actually specially trained operatives. The primitive technology contains sophisticated monitoring equipment. Even the local wildlife has been subtly modified to serve as biological surveillance systems. The Revelation Dr. Emma Foster, a human xenobiologist, reveals to her team that they've been conducting the reverse study, learning everything about Corvani biology, psychology, and technology, while the aliens think they're the ones doing the research. The Corvani warriors finally make their move, attempting to capture what they believe are helpless human specimens. Instead, they trigger a carefully orchestrated response that demonstrates humanity's true nature, not as individual fighters, but as a collective intelligence that can coordinate complex strategies across vast distances and time scales. The part ends with the Corvani expedition realizing they're not the hunters, but have become the hunted, and the prey they've been stalking has been patiently studying them all along. The chase begins. The surviving Corvani warriors, led by Commander Vex, attempt to retreat to their ship after realizing they've walked into a trap. What follows is not a conventional battle, but something far more terrifying, a persistence hunt on a global scale. Humans don't attack with overwhelming force. Instead, they maintain constant pressure. Every escape route is quietly blocked. Every hiding place is monitored. Every resource the Corvani need is either removed or contaminated. The aliens find themselves being herded like prey animals across continents. Human Pack Tactics Major Lisa Chun coordinates the global hunt from a mobile command center. The story reveals how humans have adapted their ancient hunting strategies to modern warfare. Like their ancestors, who could chase down mammoths across vast distances, modern humans use their greatest advantage, endurance and coordination. The Corvani are stronger and faster than humans, with better technology, but they tire quickly. Humans rotate fresh teams, maintain supply lines, and use their deep understanding of Earth's terrain and climate to their advantage. When Corvani warriors rest, humans continue tracking. When aliens find shelter, humans wait them out. Psychological warfare DR. Foster's team begins broadcasting detailed information about Corvani biology and culture back to them, demonstrating that humans have been studying them for far longer than this single encounter. They know Corvani mating rituals, dietary requirements, social hierarchies, and even personal details about individual crew members. This psychological pressure breaks down the Corvani team's cohesion. They begin to understand that humanity's greatest weapon isn't technology or physical prowess, but their ability to learn, adapt, and coordinate on a species-wide level. The relentless pursuit days turn into weeks. The Corvani, accustomed to quick, decisive battles, begin to crack under the constant pressure. They're always being watched, always being followed, never allowed to truly rest or recover. Human teams worldwide share information in real time, creating a global net that tightens gradually but inexorably. The aliens discover that even when they think they've found sanctuary, humans have anticipated their moves. Safe houses are booby-trapped. Supply caches are poisoned. Potential allies among Earth species have been turned against them. The breaking point commander, Vex, realizes that his mighty warrior culture has a fatal weakness. They've never faced an enemy that refused to either submit or die quickly. Humans embody something the Corvani have never encountered, a species that simply won't stop, won't give up, and gets stronger as the conflict continues. The part ends with Vex making a desperate gambit to reach his ship, only to discover that humans have been herding his team toward this exact moment, and his vessel may not provide the sanctuary he desperately needs. Desperate measures Commander Vex and his remaining warriors finally reach their ship, the Silent Hunter, only to find it's been compromised. Humans haven't destroyed it outright. Instead, they've turned it into another trap. Critical systems have been subtly sabotaged, communications have been monitored and manipulated, and the ship's powerful weapons systems have been turned against its own crew through sophisticated hacking. The Corvani realized that while they were conducting their covert ground mission, human operatives had been aboard their vessel, learning everything about their technology, culture, and military capabilities. Study continues DR. Foster reveals the full scope of humanity's operation. Every alien species that has ever reached Earth has contributed to humanity's growing database of galactic civilizations. The Corvani are just the latest subjects in an ongoing study that has made humans the most knowledgeable species in the galaxy about alien biology, psychology, and technology. General Blake explains to his team that humanity's strategy has never been expansion or conquest. It's been preparation. Every encounter has made them stronger, smarter, and more dangerous to potential threats. Cornered predator trapped on their own ship with nowhere to run. The Corvani warriors do what cornered predators do. They lash out with desperate violence. Vex orders his remaining crew to activate their most powerful weapons, preparing to take as many humans with them as possible in a final, suicidal assault. This triggers humanity's ultimate response. The careful, patient facade drops away, revealing the true depth of human preparation. Orbital defense platforms that appeared to be communication satellites reveal their true nature. Hidden military installations across the globe emerge from camouflage. The primitive human civilization transforms before Corvani eyes into a sophisticated fortress world. The real predators emerge Major Chun coordinates, a demonstration of human military capability that reveals the terrible truth. Humanity has been holding back, using minimal force to study their enemies. The full might of human warfare is something far beyond what any alien species has ever encountered. The Corvani witness coordinated attacks that span continents, involve millions of humans working in perfect synchronization, and utilize technology that they now realize has been deliberately concealed. They understand that every previous victory against human positions was allowed to happen. Every piece of captured human technology was planted as bait. The choice DR. Foster makes contact with the Corvani ship, offering Commander Vex a choice that no previous alien visitor has received: surrender and become willing subjects of study, or face the full weight of human retribution. She explains that humanity's patience isn't kindness, it's calculation. They prefer to learn from living subjects, but they're perfectly capable of learning from dead ones. Vex realizes that his proud warrior species has encountered something unprecedented in the galaxy. A species that is simultaneously more peaceful and more dangerous than anything they've ever known. Humans don't want to conquer the galaxy, but they're absolutely prepared to defend their world against anyone who threatens it. The transmission, in a moment of desperate inspiration, Vex manages to send one final transmission to the Corvani Empire before his communications are permanently severed. His message is simple but chilling. Do not come to the blue world. They are not prey. They are something else entirely. The part ends with the Corvani ship going dark, its fate sealed by human hands, but its final message racing across the galaxy. To warn others of what humanity truly represents in the cosmic food chain, the galactic response months later, Vex's final transmission reaches the Corvani homeworld and spreads throughout their empire. The message creates unprecedented chaos among the galaxy's predator species. For millennia, the cosmic hierarchy has been simple. The strong consume the weak. Advanced civilizations conquer primitive ones, and apex predators rule through fear and violence. The idea that a species could be simultaneously primitive and absolutely deadly challenges everything the galactic community believes about power, evolution, and survival. The Council of Hunters Ambassador Thane of the Corvani Empire calls an emergency session of the Council of Hunters, a coalition of the galaxy's most feared predator species. Representatives from the reptilian Vask Dominion, the insectoid hive collectives, and the energy-based phantom lords gather to discuss the Earth problem. Each species shares their own encounters with humanity, revealing a pattern that spans centuries. Every attempted invasion, study mission, or first contact has resulted in the complete disappearance of alien forces and a corresponding increase in human technological capability. The database Dr. Foster, now director of Earth's Xenological Archive, reviews humanity's accumulated knowledge. The archive contains complete biological, technological, and cultural profiles of 847 different alien species. Each profile was compiled through careful study of visitors to Earth, most of whom never returned to their home worlds. Humanity has become the galaxy's foremost experts on alien life, not through exploration or conquest, but through patient, methodical study of every species foolish enough to hunt them. The Revelation General Blake, now in his 70s, explains to a gathering of Earth's military leaders what humanity has become. They are not conquerors like the traditional galactic powers, nor are they victims like most planetary civilizations. They are something entirely new, a species that has weaponized being underestimated. Every aspect of human civilization has been shaped by the constant threat of alien invasion. Their technology, their social structures, their global unity, all of it evolved as a response to external predators. Humanity has become the galaxy's ultimate apex predator by perfecting the art of appearing harmless while being absolutely lethal. The new Cosmic Order: The Story reveals that humanity's influence extends far beyond Earth. Through careful manipulation of galactic politics, humans have been orchestrating conflicts between traditional predator species, feeding information to their enemies, and gradually destabilizing the old order. Species that once seemed invincible find themselves struggling against enemies who somehow know their weaknesses, use their own tactics against them, and coordinate in ways that mirror human pack hunting strategies. The final warning. Story concludes with a transmission being broadcast across the galaxy, not from any traditional power, but from a small, blue world that most civilizations still consider primitive. The message is simple and is delivered in hundreds of alien languages with perfect pronunciation and cultural understanding. This is Earth. We know you're out there. We know you're watching us. We know some of you see us as prey. You're welcome to try hunting us, but understand this. We've been preparing for you for millennia. Every species that has underestimated us has become extinct or learned to leave us alone. We don't want your worlds, your resources, or your submission. We just want to be left in peace to live our lives. But if you threaten our world, our people, or our future, you'll discover that the most dangerous predator in the galaxy is the one you mistake for prey. The Legacy: The Final Scene shows children in schools across Earth learning about their planets. History, not as victims of alien aggression, but as inheritors of a legacy of perfect defense. They learn that their ancestors turned humanity's greatest weakness, appearing harmless, into their greatest strength, being consistently underestimated by more powerful enemies. The story ends with the understanding that Earth's legacy isn't conquest or expansion, but something far more profound. Proof that the most dangerous predator is often the one that doesn't look like a predator at all. Humanity has achieved something unprecedented in galactic history. They've become the apex species not by conquering others, but by making it clear that conquering them is impossible. They are not prey, but relentless predators who hunt by making their enemies hunt them first.